Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, would like guys, please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. So, if you guys remember last week that I spoke about that Bob Iger is telling The View to tone down their tone on political nonsense and on Donald Trump. Of course, eventually things are getting stirred because other news networks like CBS, they're getting them. One of their CEOs are gone because of Donald Trump's legal lawsuit, and it's getting bad for the news networks. But hey, they got what they deserve, man. So let's discuss this article that just came up right now. So here we go. Former ESPN host slams Bob Iger for asking The View to tone down political discourse and Trump bashing. So everybody's got their freedom of speech. They got their right. They can talk whatever they want. But depending on the viewership, if the viewerships are dropping, then that's when the CEO's got to step in and tell them change course, But it's like this, Bo. You have networks. Like right now, we have a video on the CNN. They are discussing it about Bob Iger's decision on trying to lower their tone in The View. And it's ridiculous, Bo. It is such ridiculousness. And, they got what they deserve, man. All these news networks that are getting legal lawsuits, they got what they deserve because let me tell you this. Before 2016, Trump, he was popular. He was a god. He was worshipped. He was loved by many outlets, Bo. He had Hollywood supporting him, getting his back. He had cameos in certain movies and everything, especially Home Alone 2. He had his own TV show that was going out there, The Apprentice. Yes, that's what it was, The Apprentice. He had his own show. All the news networks wanted to talk to him. You had CBS, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN. All of them wanted to talk to Donald Trump. Everyone, including Oprah Winfrey, bro, wanted to talk to Donald Trump and everything. But now, as soon as he announced himself to being president of the United States, they turned against him, bro. They turned against him, calling him Hitler, that he's a spy from Russia, all this nonsense, bro. And even after 2020, they tried to go after him. Well, actually they didn't. They actually didn't go after him. But after in 2022, when he announced that he was going to come back running back as president, they did it again. They started going after him again with all these ridiculous appeals in Florida, in Georgia, in New York. Nothing. He kept on going. Trump kept on going strong because he knew, and everybody that has been watching and paying attention knew that these news medias and these prosecutors are corrupt. And all these fake news outlets are fake. They're fake news. I say that. All these news networks, CNN, CBS, ABC, MSNBC, they're all fake. Fox is mediocre. And they're getting what they deserve, man. They got what they deserve. All these years, well, they got what they deserve, man. If you would have just spoken out the truth, and not throw fear and lies, this wouldn't be happening with you guys. This would not be happening with you guys right now. But you have your freedom. You want to discuss it? That's fine. Make your own freedom, but at least see what happens. So let's read about this article a bit. I've talked too much right now. I know I've talked a lot. Yep. So let's discuss these certain pieces of the article, and then we're going to watch this video, and that should probably be it. So here we go. The fallout from Disney's quiet push to tone down the political discourse and Trump bashing on The View continues. And this time, it's coming from within the extended Disney family. Former ESPN host Jimmy Hill publicly criticized Disney CEO Bob Iger over the weekend, speaking out against the reports that he and ABC News president Alan Dedovic, I couldn't pronounce the name right, I'm sorry, asked the View host to cut back on political rhetoric, particularly segments targeting President Donald Trump. Hill, who previously worked under Iger during her controversial ESPN tenure, didn't hold back. So, here is the video that we're going to read right now, that we're going to view right now. It's not going to be long. Well, it's about 6 minutes long, but I'm only going to read like in the middle because this lady is making up a lie, which I'm going to read in a minute once we finish this part. So, let's watch this so you can see.
The hot topic ladies get a stern view from the top. Tone it down, they're being told. Disney chief Bob Iger telling Whoopi and her daytime co-host to soften their rhetoric and talk about more than just Donald Trump and politics. ABC didn't deny the report, but the Daily Beast says the stars pushed back hard. This comes as Trump's intimidation tour hits media companies, including Paramount, whose settlement talks sparked the sudden resignation of CBS News executives. Let's get into it. Now, we have someone at this table that has experienced a little bit.
I'm sorry. Maybe I should take this segment. Maybe I should take this segment off.
When a certain person was at a certain network, you experienced
with the same
this.
certain parent company. With the same certain parent company.
This happened. What do you make of what is happening here?
Well, this is what this entire culture and media environment, like Trump is obviously, again, using his position as president to put pressure on these media companies. And I think a lot of them are capitulating and feeling that pressure because they have things and business deals and things on the side that they want to happen, that they want to do. And so to me, the disappointing part is that when you capitulate a little, as we've seen with this particular person, it does not matter. He doesn't care if you capitulate. If you give him what he wants, he's not going to stop asking for it. To me, it's just a simple thing of ratings. It's like, do the ratings support that you should stop talking about Donald Trump? Probably not. So if you are Bob Iger, who I do have a lot of respect for, he was my former boss, if you're him, that's the only thing that should matter. As long as the audience decides that they have an appetite for that, then that's what the women should talk about, whether you like how they discuss it or not.
Just to put a pin on that, the ratings are up from last year at The View. So
really? She says the ratings up from last year. So now, let's read this. Hill's question about ratings may not have the answer she was hoping for. While The View enjoyed a brief surge in viewership following President Trump's re-election in 2024, drawing over 4.4 million viewers the day after the election, those numbers quickly dropped. Right there. They had 4.4 million viewers during the election of Donald Trump. Right? Now watch this. By May of 2025, average weekly viewership had fallen back to around 2.3 million. Now, she said that the viewership is up. Right? Let's listen to it again a little bit.
On that, the ratings are up from last year.
That they have an appetite for that, then that's what the women should talk about, whether you like how they discuss it or not.
Just to put a pin on that, the ratings are up from last year at The View.
The ratings are up. Really? See, this is the problem. This is the problem with these news networks, bro. This is exactly the problem. Why are you lying? Why make up a lie? Why lie? I mean, look, I watched Fox News. There are times I watched Fox News back then, but after they turned down on Trump, they turned away from Trump, thinking that he wasn't going to win. They thought the election was over, that Joe Biden won, which it wasn't, which they stole from him. But you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy they stole the election. I'm happy that Joe Biden won because the people can see who Joe Biden is and what he's all about. During his election in 2020, he had less audiences. He had his mouth, he's mumbling way too much. He wasn't feeling well. He wasn't himself. He was really sick. And then the 4 years that he ran for president, it went to an utter disaster, bro. The Afghanistan evacuation, inflation going up like crazy, the gas prices going up like crazy. And this was not on 2021. This was from the late 2021 all the way to 2024. We are still suffering a bit of the inflation, but hopefully by the end of the year and moving forward, prices will go down. I'm hoping it will, and I'm sure it will. Because, Trump's got to fix what the Democrats and the far left have done, bro. They got to fix what they've done. You got Ukraine and Russia at war, but Trump is trying to make it a negotiation to be going at peace, and I believe that's going well. Trump's trying to use tariffs to charge other countries that they got to pay more to if they're going to bring their products here, to the United States. Because far too long, bro, they've been getting away with it, bro, and we're paying the price for it. And we have been paying the price. But it's like I said, dude, all these fake news networks, bro, they got to stop lying, dude. If you want your viewers to come back, if you want the ratings to come back in these news networks, including The View and all, stop lying. Just stop lying and look at the facts. Look at the facts. Compared to what Joe Biden has done and compared to what Trump is doing now. But yeah, there's more to this because everything that I would have been reading would have been the same thing that this video would have discussed. So that's why I did not want to talk more about it. But you guys can look up this article and you can check it out at that Park Place. So that's going to be it. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I do appreciate that very, very much. So please, by all means, share this video. Post a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Thank you all for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.